Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast.
What's going on, Voodies? It's another podcast, and you know what? Tonight's super cool because we're bringing in some badass barbecuers, and we're going to do nothing but talk food today. But before we do, you know we got to bang it all out. Eddie C, what's going on, man? Life is good?
Hey, it's second verse, same as the first, man. Since March 13th, just endless loop. That's what it feels like.
That's it, man. That, you know what? That was Friday the 13th, you know.
It was, man. And starting the next day, that's when Jason popped up out of the lake. And every day it's like that moldy, rotten, fucking disgusting mask-faced bastard just drags me right back out of the canoe. So, actually, no. There was a Friday the 13th knockoff movie that came out like a year or two later called The Burning, and the guy had those big garden shears, and he pops up out of this canoe and just whacks everybody that's in this float that's going by. That's what I feel like every day. That dude Cropsy comes out and just.
Dude, it's not that bad. Oh, yeah, it is.
It is.
It's that fucking bad.
Well, you know why it's that bad? You should understand this. Okay, Guns N' Roses never rescheduled Tampa. That's fucked up. That's wrong. That's a crime against humanity. I'm saying it.
And I still haven't got my money back yet, fuckers.
Oh, that's way wrong.
Yeah,
That's
like they need it, right?
Mm.
Like they need. That's right. You guys keep it. Just come back to Tampa.
Yeah,
Come back. I
always
saw you in
forgive.
Orlando. Come back. Let me see you in Tampa.
There you go.
But it's all good, man. You know, life's good. We got a lot of good things happening.
You do.
You know, we got great people on the podcast. We get to hang out. I don't mind doing the Zoom thing. It's not as cool as sitting over here in VooDoo Studios together with, you know, stupid ass headphones on and drinking and laughing. But it's all good, man. And we're breaking the mold. We're bringing it out. You know, we got golf tournament coming November 7th. That's good. That's going to be the breakout tournament. That's what's going to flip COVID on its fucking end. It's going to be so packed, such a great time. We're going to kill it, raise a lot of money for the foundation, and have a blast. So I can't wait, man. That's going to be a great time. If you're interested, VooDooChef.com, book your foursome, and don't be surprised when we start hunting you down in the next couple weeks, because it's going to be a blast out there. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a nice day. It's the beginning of November, man. Be cooled off.
Wait a minute. Beginning of November, starting the day off with a margarita bar. Not a margarita bar. What are those things? I only make a mix. Bloody Gas Bar.
Bloody Gas Bar. There you go.
I only make a mix, you know. You think I would remember the name Bloody Mary. We're going to be serving the Bloody Swine out there. It's going to be awesome. If you don't know what a Bloody Swine is, imagine your favorite barbecue restaurant shoved inside of a fucking Bloody Mary. It's off the chart. That's how we're going to start our day. And then we're going to, you know, play a round of golf and eat all around the course and drink. We got Tito's. We've got, got my boys Jack. We got my boys Jack coming to the golf tournament. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great day. All the normal fun stuff, best ball, longest ball, shortest ball, whatever. You know, if you like playing with balls, come out to the golf tournament.
Oh, well, then sign me up. All right, I'm in the mix.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I did. Another thing that's been happening since March 13th. you know, just juggling the huevos.
Dude, with that said, we'll move right into to some of the other stuff. Oh man, you're right, man. You can't script that shit, man.
No, you can't.
So
you can't force art.
Hey, jump in right now too. Log on to the Facebook pages. Go over to the Voodoo Chef Foundation Facebook page. Make sure you check out. We've got a food can drive going on right now for the next 3 weeks. By the time you hear this, it'll be 2 weeks left. This Saturday, you can hit up the Voodoo Chef Foundation at Moore Law. We're going to have a table out there. We're going to have voodoo product out there. For every voodoo product you buy, we're going to donate one to the can drive. You buy a bottle of dirt, we're going to donate a bottle of dirt. It's a buy one, give one. So come out, grab your voodoo products from us for a hot minute and help contribute to the cause. It's a great way to do it. You know, we're taking everything. We're still giving to the foundation. That's not going away. But we're also going to, you know, buy one, give one. Great thing. I don't care if you buy one dirt, we'll give one dirt. I don't care if you buy one voodoo pantry, we'll donate one voodoo pantry. Since COVID hit, the food bank over in Forest Hills area, they've seen an upswing of over 280% of families in need. So we're just trying to do our part. That's our old stomping ground out there by Chamberlain High School. My attorney, Erik Moore Law, he's located right in the heart of Forest Hills. He's there for all your needs. Don't just think he's there for personal injury. You need him, call him. He'll take care of you. But he and I are putting together this canned food drive. We're dropping off at his place. You can drop off Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 at Moore Law, or Saturday from 10 to 1 at Moore Law. Again, don't just reach in your cupboard and get those fucking condensed mushroom shit. Hey, look, I'm not going to need these until Thanksgiving when I make green bean casserole again. Fuck that. Go to the store, stock up on Goya, and take a whole shit ton of fucking Goya down there. Take a whole shit ton of Goya. Buy one of everything. And, you know, let's see what we can do to help out a community. That's what we do. It's our hope that no one goes without.
I was looking it up right now, man. Had to find the address. 1046 West Bush Boulevard.
1046 West Bush Boulevard. Make sure you go to West. If you go to East Bush Boulevard, you're going to end up in a Save-A-Lot. And that's great. Go to East Bush Boulevard, 1046. Go into the Save-A-Lot. Buy a fuck ton of Goya product. Drive down to 1046 West Boulevard and drop it off. So let's see if we can help out that community, make a big difference. Thank you to Erik Moore for donating the space to collect all that stuff. Great days, man.
It's a good thing.
It's a real good thing. Got a lot of new merch coming out. I don't know if you've been on the website in a while, but our Black Skull bracelet, it's back in stock. So you can jump on, hit that up, grab yourself one of these bad boys, and some of our T-shirts are going to start dropping on there real soon. It's going to be a great day, Eddie C.
I'm ready. Can't wait.
So we've asked our barbecuers to come out, and I did something different today. Before the podcast, I jumped on and I did a Facebook Live because we asked our barbecuers what got them inspired, what got them starting to want to cook and really say, you know, I don't just want to throw a hamburger or hot dog on the grill. Do you remember what that was for you, Ed?
Probably when I moved to Tampa, because my dad had always grilled. I never really did. He probably didn't trust me around anything approaching fire. But when I moved here, it was like I wanted to be able to make things like steak, chicken breast, ribs, all that stuff. So it was. I went out, bought a Weber kettle grill, and just learned. I mean, it's the gateway grill for most people. So I was 19 and I lived on my own, and you know I was kind of on a budget. And you learn real quick that you
don't burn that motherfucker.
Well, it's not a really good idea to make your 4 food groups: KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Burger King. It's just a bad idea.
Are you foreshadowing?
Oh God, no! That's rear shadowing. Hell no! That needs that's. I don't miss that. You know, I was eating a lot of bad things, and just everything that went into my mouth was bad. Everything. I'll leave it at that. You can go a lot of ways with that, but no, I just I go to the store and just learn how to grill. And I had a buddy of mine. This is the really fucked up thing. Okay. My parents were old school. They always ate meat well done. And when I moved here, yeah, I know. When I moved here from Fort Pierce, Florida, a buddy of mine came over and, we got to talking about it. And he's like, dude, no, you can't do that. That's a horrible thing. I had like a nice New York strip or something. He's like, let me show you how it's done. So he knew what he was doing. So we got the fire set up and he made his medium rare steak. I never looked back. Ever.
Oh, dude, there's nothing like it. I've told the story on here probably 1,000 times, just probably don't remember. But, Bill Baker, one of my first nights at Whiskey Joe's, the guy cooked in a 15 by 15 box, 3-sided, 3 walls. You can imagine how hot it was in there. He stuck his head out, called me, "Hey, fat boy," sent me to get me a Coke, and I think he realized that he scared the shit out of this 15, 16-year-old mama's boy who was just thrilled to be working down there. So at the end of the night, he called me over again. He's like, "You hungry?" And I said, "Of course, I'm fat." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll make you a grouper. What do you want on it?" Now, it was a 6-foot grill that they cooked with, they threw mesquite wood in there, and they cooked right on it. And if you remember Whiskey Joe's, man, that place was the shit. Not that thing they got now. Not that thing they got now. I'm talking the original. And, I'm thinking the grill, all my experience, hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm like, yeah, put a piece of cheese on there. And he's like, "What kind do you want?" And I'm like, "There's more than one fucking kind of cheese. That yellow shit, fucking American cheese." So he made me a blackened grouper with American cheese. And before the podcast today, I actually jumped on Facebook Live, and I kind of did a little recreation of that bad boy. That's
look at that.
With you. I'm going to be eating the fuck out of this tonight during the podcast while I drink my Jack Daniels in my newly found badass cup.
Nice.
But, we've got – there we go.
She was feeling all needy, so.
Well, let's bring these guys in, and let's introduce them and get to know them. And I got to tell you, I'm going to sit here and eat my sandwich. So, guys, we got them coming in one by one. We're going to introduce them, and we're going to let them tell their story here. But I'll go around the room. I'll let you know who we're talking to. We've got Vinnie Mac. Vinnie Mac, what's going on, my friend?
Good afternoon. Good evening.
How you been, my friend? It's been a hot minute.
Been more than a hot minute, Holmes. Yeah, doing very well. Thank you. Doing very well. HR and I are just living life, doing well, going through the motions.
For all the VooDoos out there who don't know, HR is Vince's other half, and her real name is Susan, but we call her HR because she is the human resources of our group and in real life. Vinnie Mac, so the topic of today is, what kind of got you going and what got you excited about, cooking and doing what you do? And I got to tell you, I love all your food. And I'm not just saying that because you make me dirty bacon. You cook some amazing stuff, Vinnie Mac. And we're starting with you. Give us a little background on what got you started cooking and made you the backyard barbecue master that you are.
Okay, so this story is kind of by accident because I had. And
don't mind me. I'm gonna eat.
Okay, eat. Hopefully it's barbecue. Hey, by the way, since I'm here, watch. Can I show you this?
Oh, I saw that, man.
Oh, look at that.
It's a combination of. You all right?
Yeah, man, that's fucking nostalgia on a plate.
I got 5-liter barrels and a 2-liter barrel. I got a barrel of rum, barrel of tequila, and 2 barrels of whiskey.
Damn.
So I'm flavoring the tequila to be cinnamon tequila, and I'm flavoring the rum to be a spice rum, aged, and the whiskey is aged whiskey. Okay. So
and the funny part is he doesn't fucking drink, so he's gonna call us all up.
That's true. You know it's true. I don't
All right, Vinny
drink.
Mac, tell us what got you going, man.
I got pissed off at a barbecue joint. How's that?
You got pissed off at a barbecue joint?
That's right. And my wife will tell you the same story, but I'm going to tell it for her.
Let's hear it.
I was out with the family. I don't know if you want me to name the name of the place.
As long as it's not Jazzy's.
Okay. No, I like Jazzy's. Jazzy's is good people. Okay. So I'm at Four Rivers. Is that right? 4R Barbecue on North Oak Mabry. And it was me, my wife, my sister-in-law and her husband, and
Vince, wait 1 second. Dana,
Okay,
you don't work at Four Rivers, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Vince.
No.
So I go in there, and you know how you stand in line, you do like you go and you call out your order of what you want and this and that. So the guy that I was with calls out his order, and Susan's next to me, and I call out, you know, Susan's telling me what to get, and I go, okay. And then I go and order for me, and then, you know, you're rushed through, you're going in and out. So then I'm watching them prepare the meals, and I go, hey, you forgot my meal. He goes, you didn't order. I go, what do you mean I didn't order? I said, I did order. So then all of a sudden a shouting match happens between him and myself. Him getting a little ahead of himself, thinking it was because of me, I didn't cause the order. I you know, it didn't happen. So then he starts yelling at me, "You gonna order what?" I go, "No, I'm not gonna order anything. We're good." So Susan and I and everybody goes back to the table, and I'm just sitting there watching them all eat and have a good time, and we're celebrating because, you know, we're all family, and the nephew's getting ready to move. So after all said and done, about an hour later, everything's done. I get up. I'm starving, by the way. I get up. I get up, and as I see the manager sitting over in the corner, just doing his computer work. You know, just blah blah blah. It's a young kid, maybe in his early 30s. Well, okay, I'm older, so he's in his early 30s.
That's a young kid.
And that's my kid. I got kids that age. So I look at him and I say, "Hey, you got a second?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "So how's it going?" I go, "Not too good." He goes, "What's going on?" So then I started telling him the story. And then he looks at me and he goes, "What do you want me to do?" "You don't have to do anything." I said, solid answer. I go, "That's it? You know what? You don't have to do anything, because never, ever again will I step into your place of business, no matter where it is or who you are. I'm out of here. I can barbecue better, and I'm going to do it right here and right now. And I'm going to start taking some business from you." And he looked at me and he goes, "Whatever." And I go, "Thank you." I got up and walked out. And then you seen my grill, right?
Yeah. The Big Mac Daddy.
Big Mac Daddy grill. And that's when I started getting serious about it and started saying, you know what? And I do better. I do better brisket. I do better pork butt. I do better ribs. I do better chicken, much better chicken.
You know, Jess, I'm not taking, I don't want to slam your story because we've all had experiences like that. But no matter who you are, when you take what you do that is so amazing and you try to grow it to something like a Four Rivers, when you're growing it to multiple units and trying to just expand to that business model,
right?
Things are lost. Things are lost. And you know, you're that backyard barbecue, you don't have to hide that, Dana. Dana, look, man, come on. It's all good, man. So
you want me I could pull a bunch out if you want.
So, you know, so some of that's lost. And when we're those backyard cooks or even our competitives, you know, it's always going to be so fucking amazing. But there's no excuse for poor customer service.
Thank you. And that's exactly when you start getting too big of yourself, that you don't think that you get more important than your customer. Don't think that way. When you start thinking you're more important than your customer, that's when you don't deserve a customer.
Damn straight.
But
so Vinny Mac, we're not done. Don't go away. We're going to go around and hear everybody else real quick. We got, VooDoo ambassador Sam Crichton in the room. Sam, first throw out all the pinch a penny shit, bro. Where can we buy that VooDoo?
Of course you can get it from me at Pinch a Penny, but you can get it from you.
Are you talking out loud?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you might have to yell.
Yeah.
Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna tell us we're rigging your sound so you lose at trivia.
You're already setting me up for failure. It's okay. I'll still win.
So tell us, man. Tell us where Pinch a Penny is, and then tell us what got you going.
So my store is in Fishhawk at 16715 Fishhawk Boulevard. We're right across the street from Newsom High School.
Awesome.
And the way I got into egging is I got my first big green egg as a wedding present or a dowry for taking my wife off my father-in-law.
Isn't that supposed to work the other way?
She's not my wife.
Ain't that
Love you,
American?
honey. So I got my first one as a gift. So I started cooking, and I started realizing I was getting good. So when we started doing events at the store, I would come and be the demo chef for a little while, and then I got my second one.
Wow.
And then I started cooking even more because I realized how much, just how much I could do on the egg versus not having to cook inside. And then I got my third, fourth, and fifth ones, and I really took off.
He's just bragging now.
No doubt.
I don't know if you saw Dana. Dana's going, if you're good, you only need one.
Oh,
You got three?
5.
Oh,
I know
Holy
Dana's
shit.
got it. Oh, you got 5 too, Dana?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
You got to do it, brother.
So yours was just a natural progression. You got a gift, and then all of a sudden you just started using it, and you're like, wow, this is fucking good. People like my cooking. And, my buddy Doug over at Just Grillin', he always used to say, that's how it starts. You just cook in your backyard for your family, and you start to develop your own little flavor profiles, and then you let the neighbor taste, and then all of a sudden somebody else is tasting. Before you know it, everybody wants your stuff there. And that's pretty cool, man. But guys, I don't know if you two are sitting with royalty here tonight. We lucked out. Dana's competitive. He's out there all the time, killing it. And are you sitting in front of your awards there? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I just have a couple behind me.
Just a couple. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think that one over your right shoulder, that kind of looks like a fucking Ouija board, man. What are you doing? Casting a little voodoo on your competitors there? Dana, tell us what happened, man. How did it all start?
Oh, heck, for me, it was pretty much with my family. We always loved to grill, and I always had a great time growing up like that, big family gatherings were always great. A lot of, I grew up in North Dakota. So
Holy shit.
I wasn't around a whole lot of barbecue.
Right.
There. It was mostly just grilling, kind of stuff like that. If
Quick
we
hit.
had ribs, it was like one of the local joints. They probably boiled the ribs.
Oh.
They should just be taken out back and shot.
Yeah, and stuff, so I didn't know much about that. And then did high school, moved down to Florida, down in 87, and started right down here in Tampa. And
Where'd you go to high school?
Back up in North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, came down here after high school. And man, I went to my first couple barbecue joints, a couple even roadside ones, or just a few of the local restaurants around here, and just fell in love with that. And then shortly after that, I saw this place on the side of the road, Big Green Egg, and I said, hey, it was this little green ceramic cooker sitting on the side of the road, and I used to drive back up and forth every day. and great smell coming out of it. And I said, hey, I got to stop and check this guy out. And that was the original store off of Kennedy.
Yep.
Right.
With Dick Beto was there. And I told my wife, we just got married in 94. In 95, I went home later that day, said, this guy's going to sell us this demo of this egg. And she goes, an egg? I said, yeah, you know, it's this ceramic cooker. It puts up this great barbecue. And so I got that one. That was in 95. 96 got a second. 97, 98 kind of went up next one. And then, of course, my brother had to get one. My other brother got one. Another friend got one. And then this place in just outside of Orlando, Claremont, Florida, had their Pig on the Pond competition back in the day. And so my brother and I said, well, let's bring our eggs down there and let's try this barbecue thing out. And that was 2003 was our first competition.
Good for you.
And
BG Pit Crew was born, huh?
Yep, that was it. Yes, sir. Yep, 2003. So still loving it.
So how many? What's that?
Did you win that one?
No. Okay. So we went in there without no knowledge of how to turn a box in. All they told us was you have to put, I think, 8 pieces of food in the box, no greenie, no anything. And it was chicken, ribs, pork, brisket. We cooked that all the time. Didn't know what they really liked or anything. We did it, we put it in, and we were not DAL. We were not dead ass last. So and that was our first one. So that was great. I think
I'd say that's a win.
Yes, absolutely. So and almost everybody there came over and watched us the whole weekend because we're the only out there with out there. So yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you get to hang out with family and friends and cook and eat and share barbecue, that's a win. That's a win. So, Dana, 5 green eggs, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Do you just use them all when you're competing?
No, we also try to cater a lot. I mean, we cater for a lot of friends and stuff, we got a LLC, so we try to do some caterings. We get about 5 repeat customers a year.
Awesome.
And so, that kind of, it's a nice hobby on the side. I would definitely like to do it full time if possible. This other thing called work gets in the way all the time.
Yeah, work sucks sometimes. Man. Work just sucks sometimes, but one cool thing, and feel free, anybody here, that I like about the green egg is, man, it just holds that temperature. When you get it right, and that's the skill that takes time. Getting those vents set just right. Now I know, Sam, you had a gauge that that I would use, and it's why I use my Traeger, because I could set it and forget it. Vinnie Mac, Dana, do you guys use any of those temperature regulators with your Vince, with your smoker, Dana, with your eggs?
My smoker is a stick burner, so it's an offset smoker. It has 2 chambers that, as the smoke carries through, temperature ranges from all over the board. So if I'm cooking something, I'm going to use it based on where the majority of the meat would be that's being cooked. I'm going to use the timer as well as the alarm for the temperature, because I have to get up there and out there, and I'm throwing wood on the fire every 45 minutes to an hour, which is, you guys think it sucks, but to me, I think it's okay. It's not a big deal to do that. You can monitor it better. You're on hands with it, but I know it's a lot of work, but especially when you're doing brisket on a 14-hour burn,
you're absolutely right. I think that sucks. That sucks.
But
Dana, I don't know if you know, I grew up in an industrial kitchen working in restaurants. So, green egg started for me probably the first time you and I met when we were doing Green Egg Fest for Doug. I cook on grills and gas burners and all that stuff. So when we get the green egg and throwing that charcoal in there, not that I've never done it, but it was something to do it on the reg. That was something new to me. Do you use a temperature regulator, or do you just go by setting the holes there?
Now, back in the day, when I got the eggs, there was nothing on the market. There was no
It's vent control.
really. There wasn't much anything else back when you started with these Kamado grills, these big green eggs back in the day. So you kind of just lived and learned with it, and even the tops on the eggs was just a solid green piece that would smother it. You would have to turn it off to the side to try to regulate your heat. And everything evolved after the years. Things got better. But I tell you what, after doing about 3 years of competition, staying up all night, and then I got my first barbecue guru, and then I got a flame boss. Now I can sleep all night long.
Right.
I just put it on the egg, set it to 250. I got all my alarms on it, and you just trim up your meat, show up there, inject it, rub it, put it on the egg, boom, you're done. Watch your times, and you can fall asleep. It's no problem. Love them.
Flame boss for sure.
Yeah, flame boss are awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So I love.
I don't have that in me, and I don't envy you because I don't want to fucking do it. But I think it's cool that you guys go out and you get into all that. For shit, I don't know how many years I've been doing pig jig and being the lead judge for pig jig. I love getting there at 10 o'clock and seeing all those guys who've been there forever and a day, and setting up our little tables and have them walk it all over to me. I like that part.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, pig jig's not taking place this year because of COVID. But we're excited looking to next year and having it come back. And I hope all of you guys are going to be there judging with us. So mark your calendars. The date's already been announced. I wish I could tell you what it was. It's October something. But mark those calendars. Sam, what's next coming up with you?
So since Pig Jig is not happening, I'm doing a small event to take place for it. So on the day that would have been October 24th, we're doing a small event at the store. Gonna raise some money for the VooDoo Chef Foundation here, and we'll bring some eggs out, do some cooking, do a little bit of how-to. We've had quite a few people become eggheads recently.
Oh, I've been watching all your deliveries, man. I love it.
And Dana, you're part of my group too, so I know you've seen a lot of it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
The group has just grown exponentially. We're up to almost 700 people in the Bay Area alone.
Good
That's
stuff.
great.
Hey,
Group.
you know what? Shout it out, man. What is it? I always forget it.
So the Facebook group is Big Green Eggheads of Tampa Bay.
Big Green Eggheads of Tampa Bay. Make sure you get on that Facebook page and hit that like, hit that follow, whatever the fuck it's called, because God knows I don't know. But make sure you get on there and do that. Sam's doing some amazing stuff on there. You just made tacos pastor with the VooDoo mojo. I got to know what it tasted like.
It was really awesome. The mojo had that citrusy flavor that corresponded well with the pineapple.
I was going to ask.
Pastor. I thought it was going to be, just the meat in the bag marinating made my wife go, oh, that looks like that's going to be good. And it was just the mojo. So once we seasoned it up with some magic, I try to do everything instead of breaking down every recipe. and making my own seasoning. There's so many great people out there that do that regularly, yourself included, my personal favorites, of course. But for me to go and break it all down, I can just take the bottle and shake it and make something absolutely amazing without having to go through all the prep of being the rub and butter stuff. But the one thing that I did was in the pan that I use, another one of my sponsor products, the Trompo King, is a solid stainless steel pan. So I sauteed the onions and peppers. I poured in a beer to saute the pepper in it with it and kind of offset some of that citrus. So I had the citrus in the meat and the beer and the onions, and it was just a killer combination.
Dana, you ever used one of those pans?
Sorry, Eric.
Yo, what'd you say, Dana?
No, I was going to say, what exactly is that now? That's where you stack meat up?
Kind of like the old, like shawarma from you know, South America, came over from the Lebanese, but South America, they didn't have the traditional lamb and they used the pigs. And so that's where it got its birth, the tacos al pastor. They marinate the meat and the citrus, and they stack it up kind of like a gyro, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And they stack it up and they shave it as so.
What's a gyro? What's a gyro? I'm not sure what that
I'm
is.
not even going to say, you know. My buddy once told me, I said, hey, do we need to order croissants? I said, do we need to order croissants? And he goes, it's croissant. Can't you speak fucking English? I go, isn't that a fucking French word? You know? So,
Nice.
gotta love you, Anthony. But, you know, so the pastor, he's got a pan with the basin that has a spear that sticks up, so you can lay your pork on there, kind of like the old shawarma, and make the pastor. So
Okay. Very cool.
marinated in mojo, stacked it up with pineapple, and sauteed the peppers with beer. Looked amazing.
What was he using? Tenderloin? What? Pork butt? What was he using?
Probably butt.
It was a pork loin that I sliced.
Okay,
about
pork loin, okay.
Pork loin?
1/4 inch thick, you know,
Nice.
as thin as I could by hand.
Awesome.
And then
Awesome.
stacked it, seasoned it, stacked it some more, seasoned it some more, and then topped it with the head of the pineapple.
It's like a pork
I'll
kimchi. Pork kimchi.
so that
Yeah.
you can screenshot it in the video.
Awesome.
But if it's also on my Instagram is at Big Green Eggs and Sam, all spelled out. And you
That's
can
the one
see
I
whole-
always remember.
You
That's
what?
the cool name. That's the one I always remember.
Yeah. So everything I post, you know, everything I cook gets posted onto there. You know, I don't like to use a bunch of filters because I think the food is beautiful already. And you just get a great rendition. And it's the whole premise of my Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook is everyday egging for the everyday egger. It's about simple recipes that typical guys, you know, I'm not classically trained. I'm just a backyard guy, just like Dana got started. You know, the egg does all the work.
It's not that easy, man.
No,
Come
I gotta
on.
jump. Let me raise my hand in here. I'm by far, I have the least equipment of all y'all, okay? I have my charbroil gas grill, really only use that for making burgers, and for that, I don't even do them on the grill per se. I drag out a cast iron griddle plate because there's no substitute for that crust. But my smoker is an electric smoker, and I can do damn near anything just fine in that except brisket. I have one more good brisket out in the freezer right now. Sam's had prime brisket for $2.88 a pound. So I got like a 15-pound one and cut off some of the point for the burgers, but I'm left with about 10 pounds. Still needs to be trimmed.
Really,
I don't get it right this time. That's it, dude.
Don't quit.
This fucking thing's going in here. I'm just waving the white flag.
Don't
and saying,
quit.
fuck it, I give up. Somebody tell me what I need to be doing as far as rub, as far as pulling it out, wrapping it, injecting. I got to do something not to fuck this up.
There's three ingredients. Patience is number one. There's 2 or 3 ingredients that you need for a rub. It's going to be cracked black pepper and kosher salt. If you want to use garlic, go for it, but they have to be equal parts, cracked black pepper and kosher salt. And then if you want to throw a little garlic in there, it's granulated garlic. Don't put powder. Don't put powder.
Right.
No, don't
More
put salt.
surface cover, yeah.
Yeah, but it's more dense, and it can stand up to that 10, 12-hour smoke, especially if you're doing a partial flat. The biggest thing that you have to worry about is once you get to about 165, 170, you're going to hit what they call a stall.
Yeah.
So that's when you got to wrap it with paper, butcher's paper, and then continue with that 225-degree heat up until when you get a 195 to 200, and then take it off and let it sit. I'll help you do one if you want.
It might come to that. What do you guys use for a temperature check? Because it has a built-in probe, but I don't know if I trust it.
So it depends on what I'm cooking on. If I'm doing a brisket, my Flame Boss has a temperature probe for the egg and that it maintains the temperature, and for the meat. So it'll alert me via Wi-Fi where I'm at anywhere in the world that I have internet. So, I can be traveling, or like Dana said, I can go to bed and sleep soundly, because that's still at $288 a pound, which is a phenomenal deal for a prime Packer brisket.
Yeah.
That's still an expensive cut of meat to be going to bed with. And for me, brisket is one of those things, because it takes so long. You only do it on special occasions when you're responsible for everybody's meal. So if something goes wrong, you fucked everybody. So it's
you feel like Clark Griswold? Is that what you're saying?
You better have some good sides. You better have some good sides.
I try to make sure. Now, something I do, Ed, that not a lot of other people do on brisket. My favorite part of a brisket is the bark. So instead of using mustard to use a binding agent, I'll use mayonnaise. And mayonnaise, because it has an oil, will help char that outside up and get you a real good bark. And I agree with him. Salt, pepper, garlic is the go-to. It's an amazing flavor. But this is the Voodoo Chef podcast. So I will tell you that magic on a brisket is exactly that. It is pure magic.
I go for dirt myself, Ed. Dana, what advice you got for Ed?
You guys just beat me to it. I was just going to say it's going to be dirt and dust for me.
Durst.
Good.
Durst.
Oh, yeah.
Those are Ed's go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I do burgers with that.
Now it's you said you're cooking on an electric smoker, right?
It's an electric, yeah.
Okay. How hot can you get that thing?
It'll go like to 3, I believe. 300.
Okay. You can still go the low and slow. If you wanted to, you can always try hot and fast. 300 is almost kind of getting up there, and you're going to get a real nice bark out of it. Probably hot and fast, maybe want to be 350. I'm not sure if the other guys think you can get a hot and fast on a 300 or not.
One of the guys coming in does a hot and fast. Not that there's other people joining us, but we do have some people who are going to be joining us soon. They do a hot and fast, and I don't know that we're going to have time to ask them about it. We might have to do this all over again in another group, which is A-okay with me, because I love this stuff.
Okay, then beside a hot and fast, I would say main thing, inject that brisket.
Right.
Okay.
You can hit it with a little Fat Boy, Ed. All you got to do is come to the studio and pick it up.
Fat Boy,
absolutely. Inject
or
that
anything else. Anything.
Yeah.
Couple people I've talked to, there you go. Couple people I've talked to say they do it a little hotter. They do about 275, which is not quite 300, but it's not quite that 225. I saw somebody on TV. She did it, whatever it was. It wasn't a huge brisket. I know it was a whole one, but she did it 240 for 7 hours. I remember that. And it came out looking pretty damn beautiful. But I do want that bark. So the last time I did it, I didn't have any butcher paper, so I wrapped it in foil. You ain't getting a bark with foil. There is no planet that's happening. I learned that the hard way.
Dana, can you give us a 30-second lesson on hot and fast?
Usually you want to be at least 350, 400. Make sure you inject your meat. 350, 400, even 450 they go up to. So you can get a 10-pound pork butt done in 6 hours. So you want to You want to bring that up? Get up to your 170 internal, wrap it, do the same thing, let it rest. Boom, you're done. Bring it. It'll be up to 200 degrees. Let it rest, and you're done. Boom, done. I don't know if that was 30 seconds
It's
or not.
that easy, Ed. That easy.
Okay.
I got to tell you, man. My wife said you're really excited about tonight's podcast. I did a Facebook Live where I talked about what inspired me to want to cook beforehand. We asked you guys, and I said, it's just because we're going to get in and we're just going to talk real talk. And it seems like the time is flying by. We've already got people in the waiting room getting ready to come in. Sam, why are they joining us?
To lose to me in trivia.
It's time for pointless pop culture trivia. But
Wow.
we can't get them in here yet. We got to go really fast and talk our top three. And, I feel like I'm doing a mukbang over here the way I'm eating my grouper sandwich that I made. But, is what Grufo. That's right, Bill. Three things that you have to have when you're at the grill. Normally we would round robin and go everybody's 3, everybody's 2. We're going to take all 3 at once. Sam, give us a 3, 2, 1. What you need at your barbecue. What you need when you're outside cooking, grilling, whatever it is.
I got to have a good quality charcoal, a good quality piece of meat.
Wait. By that, he means jealous devil charcoal.
Absolutely. Good quality piece of meat. The cut and the quality makes a huge difference. That prime packer brisket's going to be a lot better than a cheap flat. And then the last thing is a good beverage.
A good beverage. Love it. Vinnie Mac, 3 things you need out there when you're cooking.
I'm gonna need number one. I'm gonna need a big wet rag. Number one. Number two.
Dude, I was bitching because it was hot as fuck when I was cooking. I feel you.
Right. I'm gonna need a sturdy set of tongs, and I'm also gonna need a good, reliable rack, metal plate, metal pan that I can, utilize, because a lot of times I'll leave the pan inside the smoker.
Love it,
it's
man.
It's going to be a heavy pan.
Love it. Dana, big BG pit crew. What do you got to have, man?
I would say a good temperature gauge, good meat, and definitely good VooDoo seasoning.
I love it, man. I love it. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the love. Big Eddie C, what do you got to have, man?
Well, the meat better be decent, but I got to have a good beer to drink, and I got to have these tongs. I don't know where I got them. The ends of them are like spatulas. They're not narrow, right. They're wide. So when I do burgers, I've got to have those, because otherwise I end up trying to do this sushi chef fucked up Benihana bullshit with a couple of spatulas and get it on there so I can go like that. And it's horrible otherwise.
As long as you can do like this, man.
It's horrible.
Dude.
I don't want to just shortchange everybody on this, but we got some real cool people joining us for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. For me, man, I got to have my tools. I need my gloves. I need my tongs. I need my pans. I threw it all into one category. And just so you know, the gloves got to be black. I got to have my garlic butter. I don't know what it is. I've got to have my garlic butter. And it doesn't matter what VooDoo seasoning I'm putting on my product. I have to have dust, no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing. Dust is our everything seasoning. It plays well with everything. And even if you're doing something dirty, you add a little dust to it, it just takes it over the top. Brings out those natural flavors and puts them over. Guys, you guys are rock stars, and we definitely have to do this one again. I'm seeing a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, and a part 5. One for each fucking green egg you guys own. Maybe that means we need a part 10. But it's time for a little bit of pointless pop culture trivia. And to do that, we got to bring in some competitors here. I'd like to introduce you guys to my friend, Dr. Barbecue Ray Lampy. Ray, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good, Eric. Good to see you, man. You see me? Yeah, there I am.
So in the room tonight, we've got Vinnie Mac, we've got Sam Crichton from Pinch a Penny, and we've got Dana Kress from BG Pit Crew. So, Dude, we're so honored to have you in the podcast tonight for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. How you been, man?
Good to see everybody. Hey, Vic, Vinny, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Dana, how's it going? I see you over there. You other guys.
Right?
And we've got Big Eddie C, our co-host here. Carl, is that you hiding down there, man?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, man. The way they got the lights and the cowboy hat.
I was gonna say,
Carl,
dude,
is that you hiding? I can't see.
are you out at Sturgis or something?
I know. What's going on? I don't hear the motorcycle. Hey, Doc, I forgot to send you a text, so I got to get the disclaimer out. We're in a real sensitive time, and I know how you can be sometimes. So on the VooDoo Chef podcast, pretty much anything goes. But I am going to have to ask you to refrain from, messing with those wussy-ass mama boy Packer fans, okay?
I don't know, man. I didn't know about this beforehand. I'm not sure I can commit to that.
That's hilarious.
I'll do my
That's hilarious. The best post.
Hey, we're talking about, and we had these guys on, and we've been talking for quite some time about what got them wanting to barbecue or cook. It doesn't matter. Carl, give us your 30 seconds. What got you started, man? What got you wanting to rock and roll? And I think you're muted down there, partner. I got it. You good? There we go. Tell us, man, what made you want to get started?
I always wanted to build a charcoal fire with my dad out back. And that got me loving charcoal cooking. And just that. And I always watched my mom cook, and then Bobby Flay on Iron Chef, way back when.
I think your computer's been hanging out with me, Ray, and Jack too long. That voice is kind of sketchy right there, man. You good?
Give me 10 seconds. Let me switch phones. Is that better?
Yeah, we're good. Well, it's pointless pop culture trivia. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
I thought he was hiding his identity.
Ray, man, what got you started, man? Give us that story. Let those people who may not have heard it know. What got you wanting to do what you do and making you the badass that you are, Barbecue Hall of Famer?
Well, I was in high school, and they had a cooking class, and it wasn't like today's, culinary education. It was the 70s. It was to teach girls how to cook for their family. And me and my buddy thought, well, this would be fun. We can get stoned in between class, go to the cooking class, you cook something, and you get to eat it. And, it was the 70s, man, and it's exactly what we did. Plus, it was like there's going to be girls in the class.
That's right.
So we signed up for the class. It's exactly what happened. We would get stoned to the bone. It was the first class of the day. We'd get stoned to the bone, go in there and cook, and there was a bunch of girls in the class. And but little did I know I was going to enjoy the cooking, and I've been cooking ever since. That was probably 1972.
And here we are, light years later. And dude, thank you for supporting VooDoo Chef Foundation, and doing what you do, and supporting education across the board. You never say no. You're always there, and you're always using your celebrity to help us promote these kids. Thanks for that, man. Much love,
man. Y'all got to help each other where we can. I always remember a radio guy in Chicago. He called Sammy Davis Jr. and woke him up in his hotel room. And Sammy got up and talked to him. He goes, "Why would you talk to me?" He goes, "Hey, we're all in the same business. I just been in it a little longer than you."
There you go.
And Ray, since we're like the Ray story is a little different today. I don't know what's changed. I think I do, but that's okay. So let me just give you a big loving fuck you for that. If you're looking, you ain't cooking about 6 years ago, and set me on a different path with that green egg. Thank you for that, my friend.
That's true.
I've been known to talk some shit to some people.
Well, we're all here for one thing, and I don't know. I know Carl knows, and I know Ed knows. Dana, Vince, Ray. Sam takes this shit kind of serious. He like goes on and posts that he's undefeated, and He makes us go back and watch tape. It's pointless pop culture trivia. There's two rules. Two rules. No cheating. And you got to have a cocktail. Ray, what are you drinking tonight?
It's actually orange Kool-Aid.
My boy Vinny Tang. He's going to go get his thing of Tang. Look, he threw his earbuds out.
Oh, my God.
All right, so it doesn't matter what the drink is, but pointless pop culture trivia. Just so we are all clear, two rules, no cheating, and you have to have a cocktail. Now, Ed is the final say in all things pointless pop culture trivia. I will read the question. If you think you know the answer, the only thing you have to do is yell out your name. Your name. If you yell out your name and Ed hears your name first, Sam, it doesn't matter if you think you were first. It's which name Ed hears first. And just so we know, he's drinking iced tea tonight. We're good.
Yeah, I'm not hammered.
You get the right to answer. And at the end, and Ed keeps score because I'm not going to remember shit. At the end of the game, the person with the highest score wins the right to be entered into a drawing that will be deemed later, where you may or may not have the opportunity to win an amazing prize. So if you're ready, we'll get pointless pop culture trivia started. And tonight's category, taglines. Taglines. I will read the tagline, and you tell me who it's associated with. Tagline number 1, I'm loving it.
Vince.
Oh, they all came at once.
Yeah.
Big Eddie C, what's the ruling?
I think I heard Carl first, man.
Oh, Carl, what's going on? I'm loving it. Whose tagline is that?
McDonald's, baby.
McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Awesome. But what's funny is you guys all kind of knew it at once. You're like, oh, shit. All right.
They had to sing the song in their heads, I think.
So I don't know what I just got handed, but it's got Dunkin' Donuts written on it. Normally, this is a no-no for me. We're going to see live here if it's any good.
It's pretty.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
What the fuck is that?
If it's pretty, don't drink it.
Pumpkin. It's not even October, and they're doing pumpkin shit. What the fuck?
oh shit.
That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Even
All
the
right,
dogs are barking.
tagline. Yeah, that's shit and show in there. Tagline number 2. Finger licking good.
Sam.
Vince.
Dana.
Sam
Whoa.
got that one.
Sam was in. Sam, what is it?
KFC.
No. I'm just fucking with you. That was right.
I was gonna say.
I just know how serious you take this. And remember, dude, it's just a game, fucker.
Fucker.
All right, guys, there's only 10, so make sure that we're on our game here. Tagline number 3. Have it your way.
Sam.
Sam.
Burger King.
Burger King. You are correct, sir. I think Ray's not answering because he's just like, I'm not letting anybody know that I eat fast food.
You'd be amazed at the crap I eat.
Dude, no, I wouldn't because I'd be right there with you.
That's
All right, tagline number 4. And I'm going to be surprised if somebody gets this. Where the food's the star.
Right.
Ray.
Hardee's.
Yes, it is.
Yep, it is.
Wow.
Nice.
One of my favorite hamburgers of the fast food world.
I did have to look this up though. Their whatever you want to call it, they got like their sister one, the Carl's Jr.
Yep.
They were voted as having one of the worst slogans ever. They had one, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Nice.
Yep.
Ray, where did you have Hardee's? Because there was only one that I know of here in Tampa, and it's gone.
There's one over by my house. There's one on 34th Street, which is 19 over here, and 38.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
I go there for breakfast actually pretty often.
I've never had breakfast, but I really do like their normal cheeseburger. You know, not some big overproduced thing, just cheeseburger.
You bragged on me the last time I went there.
Oh, and you know, it's
I
what it
told
is.
you I went to the one on Hillsboro, not that far from you. It's over by Lato.
Yeah.
And you laughed at me. It says, you went to Red Burrito.
Red burrito, man.
That's what you fucking told me. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I've never had red burrito.
I don't want to.
It's gone. It's gone. They closed it.
They
It was too
closed
close. Yeah, it was too close to where
Closed.
Pee Wee Herman used to hang out, you know?
Right across the street from the Hooters.
Well, yeah.
We do have a Hooters episode if anybody wants to jump in on that coming up. So, all right,
Awesome.
tagline number who knows. Ed, what's the score? Give us a score update.
Sam's got 2, Doc's got 1, Carl's got 1.
Of course,
All right.
Sam's got two.
Wait. All right, so we're at number 5. You like how I did that math real quick?
Yes, that was good.
Tagline number 5. Eat fresh.
Dana.
Dana.
Publix.
Oh, no.
Vince.
Vince.
Subway.
Bingo.
Subway it is.
Shit.
Sam, Vinny's on the board. Here we
Woo.
go.
Getting scared.
Just so you know, there has already been an official request to review the tape from some of Sam's fan club.
Who was it?
Your wife.
My wife.
Sam's
Nice.
wife sent that in. I don't know what question we're on because the bottle
6.
keeps getting less and less.
It's 6.
6. Tagline number 6. Think outside the bun.
Sam.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell it is.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell it is.
Oh.
I don't know. Sam, you might be on mute. We can't hear you. Sam, talk to us. All right, we'll take him off mute. We'll make it a fair game here. Are you back yet? There we go.
I'm here.
All right, here we go. Next tagline. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Dana.
Sam.
Dana.
Papa John's.
My man.
Papa John's it is.
1.
But I got to
Kentucky.
tell you, you know, I love their commercials. I love the whole Peyton Manning thing. I love that Shaq is on there doing commercials. I love the papadilla. You know, I think it's Italian for better than a sandwich. I got to tell you, it's not. And that Shaq thing,
Shakaroni? What is
not
that?
so good. Not so good. Thank God we're giving $1 from every pizza to somebody because that pizza, you know, I'm a fat fuck. I think I only ate 1 slice. It's not that good. Not that good. I don't care if they deliver it to my house. All the love, Papa John's. I love you.
I can't do them anymore, man.
No, you
It's got
don't.
too much garlic. And it kills
No,
me.
you don't.
I'd rather drive to South Tampa 303 South Howard and go to New York, and get the most amazing pizza on town. And if they would just bring my boy Julian back to work, it would be amazing.
Just trying to understand.
303 South Howard, New York. What's that? What's that, Ray?
I'm trying to understand how you guys know so much about Papa John's pizza. Who the fuck eats that?
Apparently Shaq and Peyton Manning.
And
Wait.
You guys.
Green Bay Packer fans eat that.
Oh, there you go.
Listen, matters of taste are hard to argue about, but I did read the other day that over the last quarter, since that's how restaurants kind of calibrate and evaluate, Domino's sales were up 20-some%.
For the record, if you're in town and country, make sure you hit up the Domino's on Waters. Stop in there, see my boy Pete Bois. Let him know the VooDoo Chef sent you, and just get some pizza. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't eat Domino's, but Pete's a solid cat, so hook him up. Ray, is Domino's any good?
No, here's a tip for you. When you're looking for a pizza, look for a place that says pizza, not like a chain. If you see their commercial all the time on TV, don't go there. Look for a pizza place, like when a guy looks a little sketchy outside, that's where you want to go.
New York pizza, 303 South Howard.
Happy's is good.
Eddie and Sam's
Happy
Pizza.
mistake.
Go downtown on Twig and get you some pizza.
Are you guys all going to weigh in on Pizza Hut now too?
That's
Pizza
voted
Slut?
too.
No, Ed tells us about Pizza Slut on a lot of podcasts. Ed, give us an update on scores.
Okay, Sam's got 3. Everybody else has 1.
Dude, 3
That's kinda how we
questions
saw it
left.
go.
That means if Sam gets this, he's entered into that drawing that, according to him, his name's the only one in there.
I still might have an opportunity to maybe win a prize later.
Possibly. Possibly. All right, here we go. Tagline number whatever. It's good mood food. Their latest slogan, we've got the meats.
Vince.
Dana.
What's it, Ed?
Arby's.
Oh,
man.
Arby's it is.
Yes.
Arby's it is.
Arby's stepped up their game now. Arby's has stepped up their game recently.
You know, off the record, that may or may not have been my first official job somewhere along the road. I don't know.
Oh. Damn.
Maybe, I don't
I-
know. It's getting lower and lower.
that's what's influencing your decision making.
All right, here we go. Question, whatever. Who knows? Eat more chicken.
Sam,
Sam.
Chick-fil-A.
No.
Chick-fil-A it is. Eat more chicken. And I don't know if you guys knew this. Ed, what's the score?
Sam's got 4. Dana's got 2. Everybody else with 1.
All right, so the last question, ironically, is worth 10 points. I'm going to go on record before we start. I do not like this place for multiple reasons. I mean, fuck, I can make a tuna sandwich in my fucking kitchen. Freaky fast delivery.
Sam,
No.
Sam.
Jimmy John's.
Yep.
Jimmy John's.
And you're
All
right.
right.
Their
Yeah.
subs are shit.
Jimmy John.
Who eats at Jimmy John's?
Not me.
No.
I made that mistake once.
Me
No.
too. One time. Says the guy who had the Shaq-a-Roni pizza.
I
Oh.
haven't made that mistake yet.
Don't. Let me be your barometer. Do not make that mistake. All right, hey, real quick, Carl, what's coming up, man?
Nothing, man. Just fucking get ready to hang out with you on the 24th. Santa Place, get the VooDoo Golf Tournament coming up. And probably get some more creations from the middle of Smokehouse on the weekends.
And just so you know, if you want to catch Carl, make sure, you know, in Lithuania, they have a different internet system, and that's where the challenges are coming from. Dude, I don't know what's up with your volume today, man. I have no clue.
Lithuania.
But I definitely like the cowboy hat better than the sombrero. Dana, what's next for BG Pit Crew, man?
Actually, we're gonna start doing some state competitions coming up here now soon. So, gonna, you know, since the COVID stuff took away a lot of the barbecue competitions, kind of slow, but the state competition is going on. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
You know? Yeah. So yeah.
Sam, what's up, partner?
I'd love to invite Dana to come too if he's not at one of those SCA. On October 24th, I got a VooDoo Chef hangout with me, Chef Erik, possibly my Jealous Devil sponsors, and Flame Boss, and we'd love to have you come out and hang out too, Dana. It's just a good time. We're going to cook some food, serve it up to people, and raise some money for the VooDoo Chef Foundation.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing the huevos rancheros. We're going to do a big-ass shrimp and crab boil. Sam and I are. Have that out there. And that's just what we're throwing down. And then we're going to have a lot of other shit out there, too. Vinny
Awesome.
Mac, what's next, man?
Still inventing some new stuff, but using the VooDoo seasonings all around, man. I pretty much just go to work, come home. That's about it
Need
for
some
us.
dirty bacon, man. Need some dirty bacon.
By the way, let's do dirty bacon with infused with some Jack.
I'm not. Hey, am I going to complain about that? I think Ray's even going to come over.
Okay, so we're
speaking
gonna.
my language too, Vinny.
So that's the that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some Jack infused dirty bacon going, and I'll put some together. I think I might even try to do that this weekend.
We'll call Darren and get some Jack thrown our way. Ray,
Okay.
what's going on, man? Tell us everything going on.
I wasn't coming until Vinny mentioned the dirty Jack Daniels bacon. So we're coming to that too, and nothing, man. I'm hiding out. I'm old, and I can't be catching that shit. So
Yeah.
but I'm just hiding.
You're throwing a lot with Dizzy Pig right now, man. Educate us on that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He's an old friend of mine, and frankly, working with Big Green Egg for all those years restricted me. And all of a sudden, it kind of opened some doors for me. And so I called Chris, and was something we kind of been hoping we could do someday. But I'm telling you, what he's doing is different. Chris built a company to. He started grinding it in his basement. He grinds all his own spices, blends everything himself. Has now on his third building. He built this one custom for it. It's not messing around. There ain't no co-packer. Like, we don't know where the stuff came from. He was telling me a story. There was a cumin issue like last year or the year before. Some nuts got into cumin. Everybody was freaked out about it. And imagine trying to, track the ground cumin of the world. And he grinds his own cumin seed, so he didn't have any issues. I mean, it's different, man. They're doing a whole different thing, and it's great stuff. DizzyPigBBQ.com.
Well, you know what, Ray, if you're using it, Dana, I think you're throwing Dizzy a lot too.
Sir, love it.
If guys like you are throwing that kind of seasoning around, there's no playing in their game, and that's a testimonial second to none. So, guys, I'm not proud. There's enough room for everybody. Get out there. Check out this Dizzy Pig shit. Throw it out there. Wait. You got to speak Erik, okay? You got to speak Erik. Those words are not what they're meant to be.
Not offensive. That wasn't offensive.
I wake up and I use,
yeah, I think that meant to be
if I haven't had enough coffee in the morning, I start using fuck like a comma. Let's be real, okay? So, get out there, try it out. Dana, what are you holding up there, Dana? I can't see, dude. I've drank too much Jack.
Dust.
Little bit of dust. That sits next to my stove. It sits next to my grill. That's my everything, and that's where it's at. And dude, much love for throwing that dust out there.
I want to show you what I have in my office here. See what this is?
Oh yeah,
dude, that's Deja VooDoo. What year do you have?
Oh,
I have, it's number 052, signed by Erik himself.
16.
But take a look in the tagline underneath the chef. What year is it?
2016.
Dude, that's the guava habanero.
That's right.
I have bakers that are calling me up asking me to make that again.
I might be willing to sell mine.
Yeah, we'll sell it to them, man. It's got to be worth at least 35, 40 cents. I mean, fuck yeah. Hey, guys.
Jump in here real quick.
Yes, sir.
And tell Ray, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, they live out not that far from where you're at. They live right by Crescent Lake on
Sure.
kind of like on 22nd and 9th, somewhere in that area. My brother-in-law is both cheap and picky, and he loves the restaurant out there.
Nice. Yeah, cheap people generally don't like us. Picky ones do.
Well, but for him though, like, he doesn't mind dropping money on good food. He's like us. He's got a few pounds, but for him, product has to justify price. But he also likes to eat local. He's not a chain guy. He just, it's kind of how he's wired as a business guy. But he really loved it. He said some top shelf things. So bravo. I got to check it out one of these days.
Well,
Hey, Ray,
appreciate it.
throw all the restaurant info at us, Ray, for all the booties out there, even though they all know you, man.
It's Dr. Barbecue. It's right in the Edge District of downtown St. Pete, 1101 First Ave South, right across the street from Tropicana Field, right across from the big parking lot. If you happen to be drinking a Green Bench, some beer over there, like a half a block away, come on over and eat.
Yeah, can I tell you?
Fucking excellent.
I went to opening night. Remember that, Ray? I went to opening night. Ray got all mad at me. He goes, "Man, give me a couple of weeks." But it was fantastic. It was fantastic, and it's still fantastic. Been there many times. It's awesome. Thank you.
We're on track, man. We got a chef that was working at Mise en Place and the Epicurean, and actually got Swan, and he worked for Genie. Worked all
What's
over
his
there.
name?
Showed up. by us, and he's running the barbecue restaurant now. Man, talk about getting things on track. It's really going well.
What's his name,
That's
Ray?
awesome.
Will Stormont.
Oh, I don't know that gentleman. I'd be happy to meet him. I'd love to.
Yeah, good dude. He worked with Marty for a lot of years. Then he was working at the Epicurean, but he's worked all over town, all those places. Really interesting dude.
And then to throw all that experience with your barbecue knowledge, that's probably some badass shit, man.
Yeah, because what he's doing is bringing some cool new stuff to the table that complements the barbecue, but at the same time, our kitchen needed some needed everybody to get on track and start getting it run like a proper kitchen. And he's done a great job of that without pissing everybody off, which is kind of amazing.
Holy shit, that's a miracle.
It is.
No Marco
Yeah,
Pierre
really
White,
solid.
huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
The
guys.
restaurant's doing fine, carry out and delivery and all that stuff. Obviously, business is down a little, but we're big. We got a lot of room for everybody, and we'll make it.
All right, I got to ask, just because you threw it out and because of COVID, because I'm a restaurant guy, and I don't mean to sidetrack, guys, because this is normally where we deuce out. But, Ray, let's talk about, just for 2 seconds, how bad did COVID fuck you when they March 13th? Talk about that real quick.
Not as bad. I think we did better than most. We never closed. We never considered closing. I don't know if you know
Thank God.
Suzanne. If you know Suzanne and Roger, who own the whole
Yep.
tax thing, that's who owns it, and that's who makes the money decisions. And they were like, hell no, we're not closing. We're going to carry out and delivery, and we're going to be good at it. So we had all our management people, basically kept all the management people. They ran it. But they were every day, they put signs out and they put flags out, and they had people out in the parking lot to make it look like we were open, to call business in and do everything we could, Uber, delivery. It sucks. They take a big cut, but what are you going to do? So we tried to be good at it and good at carry out. And I think it served us well. People get it. And now, because we can be 50%, our dining rooms are big, so we got room for everybody. So it has, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. We sell very little liquor, which is a big money maker, and there's no 1,000 cover nights anymore, but we're going to do okay. I think we're in better shape than most.
If you were to guess, would you say you're at this time last year, October 18 last year, are you at 50%, 60%, 70%, 80% of volume? What would you guess?
It really is a guess. I'd say 60. But it really is a guess, so don't hold me.
That's better than I thought.
Thank God you were able to still generate business, but Roger and Suzanne are fucking amazing people, man.
Hey, these days we'll all sell whatever we can get our hands on. But
And speaking of liquor,
Hey, could I, while you're drinking, hey, I sell water filters to the food service industry for their steamer ovens and coffee makers and so on and so on. And right now,
I thought you were going to try to make a sale, Vinny.
No, but I'm going to give you some
hold on,
numbers.
Ray, it's coming.
No, I'm going to give you some numbers. I'm not so. The amount in March and April absolutely went down over 70% of our business. We took it big time. But since May, it started increasing. We know now we're almost to like we were saying 80%. We're getting to 75, 80% as well. And that's kind of a barometer that I'm using to give you. That's kind of commercial across the board. Most everybody is kind of getting back to somewhat of a normalcy. So
we're going to have a hard time getting that last 20 back on track.
I agree. It's going to be hard, I'd love to ask Carl about business where he's at, but his computer's speaking DOS to us right now. How much have you been drinking, dude? I mean, you're auto-translating into DOS. Carl's the chef at Atria Assisted Living Facility. They have never gone down. They've been serving every day. And, I've got relatives in assisted living facilities. Carl, thanks for doing what you do. Sam, thanks for pimping the VooDoo. Dana, man, love having you on. I know we haven't connected much, but, dude, I know in my heart you're a solid cat, man. Thanks for the love. Ray, as always. Vinnie Mac, we'll see you tomorrow on our phone call. And Big Eddie C, thanks for hanging out and doing the VooDoo Chef podcast, man. Much love to everybody.
Good to see everybody.
All right, bye-bye.
See you guys. Hey, guys, thanks.
And there you have it, Voodies, another episode of the Voodoo Chef Podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with Voodoo Chef and all things voodoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the Voodoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the Voodoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all Voodoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out Voodoo Chef Catering, custom-created events for every shape and size. Log on to VoodooChefCatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout-out to all my Voodies that are in the Voodoo crew. Thank you for your support. And, of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shibley, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget Voodoo Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VoodooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things voodoo are in support of the Voodoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VoodooChefFoundation.com today.
Telling you big for my